Hello, everybody. Welcome to Work and Flow, where we work on our workflows. And today we are diving into all of the options for Amazing Marvin to help you manage procrastination. And this is something I think all of us struggle with. I have an entire desk over here I need to be cleaned that has been on my to-do list now for a month. That's dramatic, but it feels like a month at this point. But I thought I would show you all of the options, at least 5 different ways that Marvin can help you with procrastination. And let's dive in. So first of all, there is the Procrastination Wizard. Now, a lot of these are features you're going to have to turn on. Now, you find the features in this upper right hand corner, the 3 little lines, features and strategies, and a lot of them are in here. I have almost all of them turned on for the most part because they all help me a lot. So if you're confused on something I say, I will try and call them by their real name, so you should be able to find it in that list, but I just wanted to show you that is where you turn them on. Moving on. Okay, so first and foremost is the Procrastination Wizard, right? So this project right here. I have a new client project I need to organize for it, figure out my task, to-do list, all these things. And I've put this off now for a hot minute. So you kind of hover over the task, and if you do not see these little options here pop up, do you see those little 3 dots right there? You click that and click that. And as far as I know, that's what gets them to pop up. So you can do all kinds of things. Like you can edit it, plan it, schedule it, all the things, right? So this little exclamation point is the Procrastination Wizard. So you select that. You say, okay, here, it just clears out everything but the task itself, right? So there it is. Get organized for the whole of this whole project that I'm working on. That's my client's name. And if you're ready to start on it, you just click I'm ready to start. And it starts with a Pomodoro, a countdown, and begins. But let me take you through a few other steps, right? So first, take a deep breath, and then you can kind of analyze your feelings around it. Like, okay, are there negative consequences if I don't? Like, that is true. There are negative consequences if I decide to not get organized for this project. It brings me closer to a goal. Like, this is a client I would love to turn into some long-term work. Getting more work on my plate is a long-term goal for me this year. It's important to me because, and it can like multiple things can apply to this task or project, whatever it is you're working on. But just pick one that kind of feels accurate, right? And I'll say, okay, bring me closer to a goal. Tasks that bring you, and then you can read it, but like the precious is important. Kind of walking you through. And if you're like, that's not really it, then you can, on the bottom there, go back. Brings me closer to, you can also restart and start all the way from the beginning and really, sorry, we're just reading like the 2 options. So we'll say it's a good step. How long will it take you? It would probably only take me 30 minutes to get this done. Which Marvin is very sweet. That's a nice chunk of time. I can see why you would want to put that off. How much are you dreading that task? And it's like, okay, well, it's not bad. I just don't, just gotta sit down, focus, put projects in order, all the things, all the things. So then you can restart to there's negative consequences if I don't. All the things. So we'll just say pick one, right? And then you're like, okay, I'm ready to start. And then as you can see, it's going, oh, I do not want to say I finished the task. You know what? That's okay. For the sake of this video, I will say, and then you say, I finished the task. I don't know if that caught you, the sound, and then it celebrates you. So let me go back in there and uncheck that because that is not true. So that is one strategy, right? There are others. Sorry, that was a long talking for one strategy. From there, let's say you have this whole chunk of all these tasks to do today, right? So Procrastination Wizard, and then from there, in your little today option, at least this is how mine is set up. Maybe yours is different, but in general, this is in those little today, follow over, click on that. Here are a bunch of options. Now, number one, super focus mode, which just one task and you see nothing else, right? And of course it starts time tracking as soon as you start. But then there's the wall, and then it puts them in a wall view. So you can kind of just like go through them. Sometimes just that visual change of pace can really, really help. From there, click the dots again. Truncate list, which is where you will see it just changes your tasks from like, let's say you have 20 things in a day, right? It just says you only are able to see like 1, 2, 3, or 5 at a time. So just kind of like shorts it. And if you have ADHD, if you have anything like that, you know how much a long, overwhelming list makes you nauseous inside. So being able to just like minimize it, which is why I think like, other strategies like Kanban boards and stuff works for people like that, because you just minimize it to like one task at a time out of a giant list. So that is a great option. That's another feature. There's also the get suggested task. So it kind of, Marvin uses its own internal system to kind of judge like, okay, how important are projects? How, like what's the priority of it? What's the due date? All of this data to kind of like pick out what it thinks is the best task for you to work on, right? Which can really help if you're just paralyzed. Random tasks is just like, all right, pick one of these random ones, let me work on it, right? Place all into a jar. There they all are. So it's just a number, and then it just picks one out at a time, right? And you can say put it back, or you can start working on it. So how do I get out of this? And then you just X out. Okay. And then from there, I think that's it. I do have also time. I have a lot turned on, as you can see, but I have my schedule built into Marvin there. So as you can see, all those different color blocks, and this is a suggested task based on the time block that I'm in. Now I have my task lists and projects linked to time blocks in my day, which is a little overkill. Most people do not need to do that much work. But so I'm in my filming block right now, and I'm filming, and Marvin will pick tasks associated with that time block and projects. And if I clicked on Marvin, there's no more open tasks in this time block. You know what? So that's fair. If there were open tasks in that time block, it would say like film this video, that kind of thing. But that is pretty much it. Those are all of the different procrastination options for Marvin. As I mentioned in my last video, I am opening Amazing Marvin coaching. I do not know everything, okay? Like, I do not know everything about Marvin. But sometimes talking with someone and getting some help on setting this up, helping someone walk you through it, show you all the different options, is something I think I would like to do. So anyway, if it's outside your budget, fully understand, please just leave comments below. I always need video content ideas. I'm going crazy. I'm making content this year. So don't worry. Like, it's not a paid option only thing. Feel free to leave comments below, ask questions. That's just more of like one-on-one help. You really want my focused, dedicated time for like an hour to really help you. Just, you'll send me some problems you're having beforehand. We will hop on the call, walk through different options to set them up. And then you will hopefully be on your merry way and using Marvin as much as possible. But outside of that, that's pretty much it, guys. That is Amazing Marvin and all the procrastination strategies built inside of this beautiful, beautiful software. That is it, guys.